We talk about all things healthy marriages with a leadership expert. She is Dr. Leslie Griffin. She is the founder and CEO of Marriage Champs. You're going to hear her journey next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is The Jeff Crilley Show.
All right, I love people who find their calling early in life. And my next guest found her calling when she was 11 years old. Dr. Leslie Griffin is in the studio. She is the founder and CEO of Marriage Champs. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, let me take you back to grade school.
Okay.
So you're 11 years old.
I'm 11 years old.
And you're starting to do marriage counseling. Well, not marriage counseling, but relationship counseling.
Yes, I was. Between friends and peers. One of my teachers nominated me to be a peer mediator.
Really?
So that kind of was the start.
So you would have, boys and girls calling you saying, okay, what do I say now?
Well, that somewhat.
Yeah.
How do we had a fight during recess. How do we resolve that? So that was kind of the start of it. And then as I moved on to middle and high school, then it became more relational and how do I, get my girlfriend back?
I love this. And you had a sense of worth by.
I did.
Was it your demeanor? I mean, why did they turn to you?
I don't know. I like to think that I was just so wise at that young of an age, but I'm not sure. I think one of the things is that I just was really good at listening to people and trying to see both perspectives. And so I was able to hone those skills very, very early on.
I love that.
Yeah.
Much more with Dr. Leslie in a second. I found a great video. Let's go ahead and roll that.
My name is Dr. Leslie Griffin, and I'm the founder and CEO of Marriage Champs. I would describe Marriage Champs as more of a lifestyle brand. I say that because we have a diverse group of community members, but we share the same values and enjoy the same activities and experiences. We really do wake up every day determined to get the most out of love and out of life. When it comes to diversity, we have members from every ethnic group, marital status, personality type, and age range. What unites us is our faith and our growth mindset. Everyone in our community knows that you don't have to be in a bad marriage in order for your marriage to be better. Our goal is to continue to elevate. We want to be all that God called us to be, and we want to have fun doing it. If that sounds like you and your significant other, please consider joining our community. We would love to have you.
So beautiful. And you've written 2 books. I want to talk about your latest book, and we're going to put this on the screen so people can see this.
Okay.
It's Making of a Marriage Champ. Tell us about this book.
I'm really proud of this book because it really is a culmination of all my years of work, just in my own marriage and then being able to support other couples. And so the Making of a Marriage Champ is a little glimpse into my own personal story and some of the things that my husband and I have been able to overcome. And just some really practical tools and tips for couples to use in order to what we call live a life that is one worthy of a championship.
Yes. Well, I love it that you're vulnerable and you share your own journey in this book. So please, you're this internationally known marriage champ, and you were having some issues in your own marriage.
Absolutely.
So please share.
Back in 2012, my husband and I just were not happy in our marriage. We were very much dissatisfied, and we knew something was wrong, but we just didn't know how to fix it. And so at the same time, he was a part of a fantasy football league. And I remember one Sunday as I watched him sitting on the couch, extremely excited about his team. And he was like yelling at the TV and talking on the phone to his friends and just so much passion. And I remember thinking, if I could just take 1 ounce of that passion and dump it back into our marriage, we would be great. And in that moment, it kind of dawned on me, okay, he understands team, he understands teamwork. He's been an athlete for much of his life. And so maybe I need to take that perspective. So it really was me trying to connect with my husband to try to rebuild something that we had lost. So long story short,
Yeah.
it was a bit of a long journey because we did end up separating for many years. But we ended up, there was an opportunity for us to really reconnect and come back together. And so now we're here.
Okay, I love that. So give us some wisdom from the book, because you being separated from your husband for so long and then reconnecting, I'm sure there are life lessons all of us can learn.
Absolutely.
What would you like to share from the book?
I think one of the key things is that most couples think that love is enough, and it just does not. Love is the foundation, but it doesn't teach us the skills that we need to maintain relationships like conflict resolution or problem solving, goal setting. Those skills, those relational skills, we really do need to learn those skills because we're not born with those skills.
Yes.
Yeah. The other thing I think is that we lose sight of the playfulness that is critical and crucial to marriage. One of the things that I write in the book in chapter 8 is that fun in marriage is not optional, it's oxygen. It really fuels the passion that you have for your mate.
That's beautiful.
And so it's really important to be intentional about growth as well. And so I think those 3 things are the things that I want people to take away from the book and to take away from Marriage Champs as a whole.
I love it. Talk a little bit about like active listening, like listening with your heart, because men are from Mars, women are from Venus, so
Yeah.
men instantly go into fix it.
Yeah.
And sometimes the woman doesn't want it to be fixed.
Absolutely.
She just wants to be heard. So talk about the dynamics of husbands and wives listening to each other.
Active listening is extremely important for intimacy and connection. And so one of the things that we train our couples to do is to really sit with no expectation, look eye to eye, and as your mate is speaking to you, you're confirming with your non-verbal cues. And then what you're going to do is repeat back what you heard them say. It's kind of challenging to be preparing in your mind a response or an answer when you're really trying to listen to your mate to understand. So in the process of repeating back, that means I really do have to listen to what you said. So
share with us one of your favorite success stories, because I know you've
yeah.
coached a lot of couples.
Yes, and there are many, but the one that always comes to top of mind is that I work with a couple for maybe a few months, maybe 3 months, and they were already, they had not been in a good place for a long time. And that's the other thing. Sometimes couples wait a long time before they reach out for support. I read an article that said something like 70+% of couples who get divorced never even reach out for help.
Wow.
That's alarming.
Yeah.
So they waited a while to reach out for help, and they did end up getting a divorce. But the good news is that wasn't the end of the story. The wife called me back 2 years later, and her husband, who was then her ex-husband, wanted to rekindle the relationship, and she was very much concerned about that process. I was able to work with them to restore that relationship, and they got married again.
Wow.
And so being at that wedding, it was so emotional, and I was so overwhelmed and so happy for them that they didn't give up. It looked like it was a failure, but it wasn't. So
beautiful. We have about 2 minutes left. So Dr. Griffin, look into the camera on the left and maybe talk to that viewer who might be going through something right now.
I want you to know that there's help, there's support for your marriage. Reach out. If it's not Marriage Champs, reach out to someone or ask someone that you trust and love if they know someone, because support is available to you. And I am a living witness that no matter what it looks like right now in your relationship, it can be better. You can have the kind of marriage that you desire, the kind of love that you desire. It will take work, but you can absolutely 100% have the kind of love and the life that you desire. Though I do want to say one other thing. Really, marital growth and being intentional about growth is not just a last resort. It really is a lifestyle. And so it is a proactive way, just like in your health.
Mm.
To keep yourself healthy, you want to make sure that you're growing intentionally with your mate. So it's not just for marriages in trouble. It is for healthy, thriving marriages to stay that way.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. We're going to end with your website, which is marriagechamps.com. The great Dr. Leslie Griffin. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
That's it for now.